Talk, where panelists and guests come together. Welcome to Extra Straight Talk, where panelists and guests come together to provide entertainment, discuss and give informative suggestions on different topics, speak on everything happening old and new, provide recipes for various appetites, advise our listeners around the world on our segment for better or for worse, anonymous letters, and even enjoy some music and jokes. Set your alarms and tune into UVC Radio every Wednesday at 8 p.m. and listen to EST. You won't regret it.
Whatever you want, whatever you need, anything you want done, baby, I'll do it naturally. 'Cause I'm every woman, it's all in me. It's all in me.
Welcome to another episode of Extra Straight Talk. I'm here with the ladies, the panel from Extra Straight Talk, and we're going to give you another interesting, information-filled program again today. I am the Cool Cucumber, and my week was kind of up and down. I have like some family issues going on, but just keep me and my family in prayer and everything will be okay. Sunshine, how's things on your side?
Hello. I thought it would be Mini Genie, but okay. I'm just like you. We're just all going through certain things, but you know what? We're all blessed. We're alive, and we are back with our UVC family. We're back with our UVC family. One more week, so that's a plus, isn't it, ladies? And I'm here with my ladies, Miss Cool Cucumber, Miss Mini Genie, and Miss Trini G. I'm here with my ladies. How are you, Mini Genie?
I am a wonderful. Hello. Inside. Well, listeners, yes, we're back for another week. Woo! Yeah, that is a woo. Right. Well, my day, always something happening with Mini Genie, right? So at work today, we had a little discussion, and it was a little bit of downer, but the thing about it is, I don't know. Sometimes you wonder. All I have to say is, ladies, especially, please be careful of the people that you choose. But other than that, it's been good. It's been another hot. Yeah. I have to do that because sometimes we choose people, and then after the fact we realize, oh my goodness, OMG, why? But
All the time.
yeah. But I mean, I wouldn't even go into the details of the conversation because as I
Coach
said,
that
that
all
was
the
a
time.
downer, you know?
That's another program.
Yeah. Definitely, you know. But Mini Jenny had a jumping, spritey day today. Yes, and another hot one. Just like
Yes,
me.
it's kind of hot.
Just like me. Oh no, I didn't say that.
We
I
heard that.
heard
She
that
said the
one.
day was hot. Just like she was. I sure the listeners all across the world
Jenny
heard
G.
that one.
Jenny
Listen, she's
G.
whispering.
How was your day, Jenny G? Before I sell out myself, let me shut up.
Hello, good morning, good evening. Hold up. Let me start. It's good morning, good evening, good night time, good afternoon to all our UBC listeners across the globe. And we do not joke when we say across the globe. All right. Listen, it's a warm, sweet welcome coming from Trini G. I had a absolutely phenomenal day. I met some really, really, really awesome people. I just came out of a training session with, I think it would have been 50 women. Talk about positive vibes, creatives, and we had 3 hours of just so much positivity. So listen, I am beaming.
Pumped.
To see that yes, you'd have all the talks about what's going on around the world, but listen, was just off the chain with positivity, creativity. It was just so exciting to see that you'd still have people that are looking on the positive, hopeful side of everything where life is concerned. Coming out to the Easter, it was fabulous for me. I spent a lot of time with my family and friends, things I was not able to do for the last couple of weeks. So I am just happy to be here with my ladies. I am really, really all of our listeners across the globe. Welcome to Extra Straight Talk, another edition. So I hope you enjoy what we have coming up soon. Right, ladies?
Yep. So that's what it looks like.
Yeah, especially we're gonna see brand new things, especially because the days are getting hot. Allergies is gonna come up. So it's good. This is gonna be, to me, it's gonna be an interesting summer. That's all I have to say. It's gonna be a very, very interesting summer because every summer you see brand new things coming out, brand new people thinking they could be wearing something when they shouldn't be wearing something.
Hey, I was just about to say that. I love the clothes. I love the clothes.
They be wearing stuff that they shouldn't be wearing, and
but I mean, I am not even in the US right now, but I'm excited to see what the summer is going to look into. I'm excited to see what the summer is going to be for 2023.
Absolutely. That's exactly what I'm saying, because the things I saw today, I mean, it felt very good outside, to be honest with you. It felt very, very good, very wonderful. And as I was coming home, I'm looking and I'm like, it's true what they say. The creeps come out at night, but these creeps aren't waiting for the night. They're just coming out at whatever time and they want to come. Oh, Lord Jesus.
But listen, I am going to be the devil's advocate here for all of our listeners who may be that one that has the extra skimpy, as we say here, extra small, extra tiny bits of clothing. Do you understand how many weeks everybody was locked up in 5-6 layers of clothing?
I am sorry. That does not excuse for you walking around the street. Yeah, everything hanging out.
Well, no.
No.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
I'm trying here.
Now,
I'm really trying.
No.
That type of outfit is not for everybody.
Wait.
Some people can, and some people cannot.
Just now, ladies.
No,
all of us doing at the same
okay.
time.
Wait. Even though you could wear it, I mean, you gotta have some decency. You gotta leave something to the imagination. You cannot be putting everything out. I mean, a little cleavage, I understand, or some leg, but you got butt cheeks where I don't need to see your butt cheeks. Half of it, half of it is covered, and the other half is out. Like, come on.
But that's what I was saying. it's not for everybody. Not everybody can wear that. But
No,
if you can, do it with decency.
nobody, not everybody can wear that. Not everybody needs to
But
see
then
that.
again, that's well, listeners, I tried. I really tried here, you know. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's everybody's choices, and we just need to respect it sometimes. You know, we could try our best to kind of lure them in another direction, but I think sometimes it's just their choice, and they're free to do as they wish. Even if
I'm
we
so
may
sure
not
about that one.
agree, we may not agree, but that still doesn't take away their right to choose and do things as they wish, you know. But you know, I could also listen and sometimes I say, wow, I may not be the one to do it, but I could understand where somebody might say, you know how long I was trying to put that on. That has been sitting in my closet for the longest while, waiting for winter to be over.
Hmm. Look at yourself in the mirror.
Okay, but I have a question. What is a
Mhm.
winter like in Trinidad?
We don't
Well,
have
we don't
that.
have winter here.
We
We
don't have
just
Oh,
have
winter.
okay. Oh, okay,
no.
so you're talking about when you was in New York
Yes, that's what I'm
trading.
saying. I was trying to be the devil's advocate for those people who I know were feeling like they were locked down because I spent some time there just recently. So I understand how cold it was. I was there. So I
Mm-hmm.
understand the coldness and I understand the frustration of just wanting to not wear that extra layer of clothing, you know? But in
Right.
Trinidad, we are warm all
Very warm.
year long,
Only
even
thing
when
we
it's
have
Okay.
is
wet and
yeah,
dry
we have
season
rainy
here.
season.
We
Yeah, we
call it
have
wet
Oh,
and
okay.
dry
dry,
season.
a little bit more rain at some times in the year, but mostly the temperature stays, you know, fluctuates
Okay.
around the same place. Warm, extra
Okay.
The
warm.
only time I would say I was like real like cold. You talking
Until
about
it's
winter?
Christmas
I mean,
time.
we talking about when
Mhm.
temperatures down in the 20s or 30s. That was cold, but a lot of people talking about complaining about 45 degrees wearing jacket and that's foolishness, man. Never wear no
Mhm.
jacket over
No, no,
45
no, no,
degrees.
no, 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 no.
That's good
No,
temperature.
40 degree. No, that 40 degrees is cold here.
Ah,
Well, yeah, I know,
Especially
but to
the
some
fact.
people, but
Here
to
in New
me,
York, it is.
45 degrees
Yeah.
that's not cold.
Well,
Yeah,
because
some people
you
could
probably the
tolerate a
thing
lot
is that
more.
yeah, the thing is that you probably
I, I,
because of the fact that
I
you
don't be
come from
cold
a
like that.
tropical
I
place.
don't.
Is that you come from a tropical place, so it's
Right.
usually hot where you at. So, because I know some people when they come
No,
either
no,
from
I'm
Puerto
talking
Rico
I'm
or
talking
they
about
come
45
from
degrees in the United Kingdom and in the US,
and this
especially.
is what I'm saying. You cannot compare the 45 degrees here to your 45 degrees because you guys have basically sun all day. We don't.
Mm-mm.
I
No, but
know
you
We
do.
what
do not.
45
For
degrees
me, I
in the
don't
United
know, but
States,
when I'm
what
in
it's
the
all
cold,
about.
I'm good. I have no problem with the temperature. I have family who lives there, and I'm there, and I would walk with a lot less clothing than they do, and they want to know what's going on, and I could like King Rocco, I could tolerate the temperature, and I
And this,
enjoy it
yeah,
actually.
Yeah,
because you guys come
that's what
from
I'm
a
saying.
I
tropical
really
I
place.
mean,
enjoy
the
it.
only time to say like temperature really, I would say like if it's down in the 20s or 30s. I mean, you want to play the fool going on the street when it's like 20 some degrees and
But
30 degrees without,
there
I
was
mean,
a
without a
young lady
jacket.
here.
No, you
There
want to
was
be a
a
fool.
young lady here recently. While like it was literally cold. It was like in the 30s and it was like in the 20s. And literally she would walk outside and take off her jacket. She came from the Dominican Republic. And she was
Mhm.
like, "It's hot. I'm hot. This breeze and this feels very good to me."
Mhm.
She will wear a
Yeah.
little shirt where you could see all her navel, and her stomach. She was wearing regular clothes
okay.
where she would wear over there. She was not wearing a jacket. So, again, you have every different person with different type of temperatures, body
Yeah,
temperature.
different body.
So
That's exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm
body
saying.
temperature. So
Well,
I
one
mean,
like
what's good
me,
for you guys is not gonna be
Yeah,
good for
you're
us.
right.
one like me, I will get cold very fast. I don't play that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I can't live away. I'm thinking, I, I, I don't know what will happen to me.
You have the
But
right
that
clothing. You just need to learn how to wear the clothing right. You know, that's it.
Absolutely.
Me?
Absolutely.
No, not me. Not me.
As they say, when
Not
in
close.
Rome, do as the Romans do. That's what they say, right? When in Rome, do as
Yeah.
the Romans do. You
There you
can't
go.
do the Trini
Bill,
Caribbean
not
wear in the middle of
me.
winter.
You're
They will
funny.
lock
When
me
in
up.
Rome, do as the
They-
Romans do.
Trini G, they will lock me up because
Yeah.
I will start
Oh,
to.
God. She's gonna start all right. There she goes with the little
You
laugh.
see?
When she
There
does
she goes.
that, I guess we need to
Call
go
it
on a
quits.
break. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's quit it. Let's quit
They
it.
will lock
We
me
also,
We need to hold it down here.
also we want to wish Buddha. We want to wish Buddha a speedy recovery. He's still feeling under the weather.
Yeah.
Hasn't been back to work, but we miss him and we wish you the best. My other brother, he's driving right now. He can't be on the phone. There's been too many accidents going on, so he has to stay off the phone. But we miss you guys.
Yeah, and my the
Sending
same
all of our
token,
positive
yes,
vibes to you. Hopefully you feel
Mhm.
better
and by
soon, Buddha. And stay
by the
safe
same
on the road.
token, let's say thanks to Lady Anna. Thank you,
Oh
Lady
yes,
Anna.
thank you,
Yes.
Lady Anna.
Lovely music.
Yes. But before we go
Musical
on
mix.
that station break, ladies, I do believe Miss Cool Cucumber has today's topic, and Miss Trini G has the meaning for that topic.
Absolutely. Today's topic is dating a person with a disability.
Right.
Yeah. So what does that mean when we start diving into it? That's why you need to stay tuned. We are actually talking about, you might hear the words interables. We're talking about, it could be interabled, meaning you can have one individual with a disability, or some people say a different ability, and or the same disability, probably at different levels, or you have one person with or without. So we're going to talk about all of the combinations, the possible combinations, the things that exist, and going to dive into it and explore it. So you have to stay tuned. So we'll come back right after the break. We're going to dive into it. Can you do it? Are you doing it? And if so, let us know how it's working
Want
out.
to do it?
And do you want to? So we're going to explore that. So right after the break, we'll continue with all the information on Extra Straight Talk.
That's right. Stick and stay.
Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for some mesmerizing, mind-blowing music from the love land of Bollywood on UBC Radio, the sound that binds us together, with your host, Dr. Girish Sethi, every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Central, 7 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. GMT UK time zone, and 7:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. You can connect with us through your smart speaker Alexa. You can also log into our website www.ubc.org/radio to listen to the show. You can also download Simple Radio on your Android or iOS device and get connected to UBC Radio to listen to our programs. If you have any comments or suggestions, you can reach out to me at my email, that is drgirishsethi@gmail.com. That is drgirishsethi@gmail.com. All of you have a wonderful, lovely musical moments ahead.
From the files of Unshackled, Pacific Garden Mission presents Free Indeed.
I was a teenager during the Chinese Cultural Revolution of the mid-60s. The Red Guard roamed our city, beating drums and looking for counter-revolutionaries to eliminate. My older sisters had already left home and my father was by then working in America, so Mother and I were left to face the harassment alone. Mother taught school. Soon the other teachers, as well as our neighbors, began accusing us of reactionary activity. They interrogated us for hours, and Mother was forced to write a criticism of herself. Then they ransacked our home, taking everything of value. Schools were closed, and I was forced to work on a communal farm for 2 years. I began to read great books and felt inspired by noble ideas, especially from the early Christians. Then I found a friend who loved the Lord and shared the gospel with me. She explained the strange concept of sin and how Jesus died and rose again to give us new life. I read some of the Bible, but I thought it was nonsense. However, as I copied a Christian book about persecution that she gave me, I began to understand the meaning of personal sin. I prayed to receive Jesus Christ as my Savior. In 1978, I joined my father and mother in America. The Cultural Revolution was frightening, but through it, God brought me to Christ. So the pain was worth it. I am Sung In. Now I serve the Prince of Peace with all my heart, because if the Son therefore shall make you free, you shall be free indeed.
If you would like to be free from the weight of sin by receiving Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior, or maybe you have questions about it, call 1-888-NEED-HIM right now. Free Indeed is a production of Pacific Garden Mission, 1458 South Canal Street, Chicago, Illinois, 60607. Email unshackled@pgm.org.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more.
I learned patience from my adoptive dad. All he had to say was,
"Hey, you got this. Just breathe." Hey, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
Might have to start a band.
I got it.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Well, I know there's a reason, and I know there's a rhyme. We were meant to be together, and that's why we can roll with the punches. We can stroll hand in hand. And when I say it's forever, you understand that you're always in my heart. You're always on my mind. And when it all becomes too much, you're never far behind. And there's no one that comes close to you, could ever take your place. 'Cause only you can love me in this way. I could have turned a different corner, could have gone another place, then I'd have never had this feeling that I feel today. Yeah. And you're always in my heart, you're always on my mind. When it all becomes too much, you're never far behind. And there's no one that comes close to you, could ever take your place. 'Cause only you can love me this way.
Welcome back to our UBC family. We have been having fun behind the scenes. We are just rolling. We are just enjoying each other, just a little bit of each other. Isn't that right, ladies?
Absolutely.
But before we left to take our station break, Miss Cool Cucumber announced our topic, which is dating or marrying someone challenged. And Miss Trini G gave us the meaning of today's topic. But we are bringing along Miss Meanie Jeannie, our famous Miss Little Giggles, because I have to call her Giggles because I like her laugh. She's going to bring us her take on today's topic. Take it away, Meanie Jeannie.
Sunshine, I don't understand. You're giving the listeners, oh my goodness me. You're giving them the wrong idea. But anyway, we're not even going there. Yes, people, for my information this evening, we're doing it with videos. So what we're going to do, we have this first audio. Yes. So what we're going to do, we're going to examine the details of this audio, and then we're going to come back and give a little, synopsis of it, what we think, as opposed to, what we hear in the audio. So, Mr. Producer, let's introduce this first audio.
I'm able to bring a lot more to the table than just some of my physical limitations. I just stopped getting responses altogether. And I don't know if that has to do with actually visualizing my disability once I'm with them in person, and then they don't feel empowered to kind of tell me that that's the reason why they don't want to move forward.
Me, being a celebrity that I am, she just was drooling over me from the time I came in the club. Nah, I'm playing. That's not exactly how it went, but that's kind of. I remember I was just chilling in the club, and I happened to go by her, and she asked me if I wanted to dance, and that's how we met. It's changing a narrative for individuals that is a black male living with a disability.
You will better understand his or her capabilities, and that's something that I've truly been watching and learning as I've been dating Garrison.
Anything can happen to me. I could lose my sight. I could lose any of my abilities, and in that case, Paul would be there to care for me. still very creative, and so that's a big part of what he brings to our relationship that I don't have as much of. So in that way, he provides something unique and special to the relationship.
I also cook most of his meals.
Oh, yeah, Paul's good at cooking.
They're able to look beyond my disability and just have a perfectly normal conversation or night out, with me.
Lady Anna and King Rocco presents Heart to Heart, a spicy, sizzling extravaganza where, before launching into your emotions, consider asking your partner if it's a good time to discuss how you feel. Talking about your feelings builds trust and intimacy. Exploring your emotions will help you unravel the complexity of what you are feeling, and can be done with heartfelt chats with your partner.
So listeners, take this opportunity and join us every other Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Caribbean time
for Heart to Heart with Lady Anna
and King Rocco HD on UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together.
Heart to heart.
First to know what's up with your favorite radio station? Then follow us on social media.
Check us out on the web at www.unitedvisionconnect.org/radio. Like us on Facebook at UVC Radio. Also follow us on Instagram at uvc.radio. And share, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, UVC Radio 1.
UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together.
Yes, folks, welcome back. So I have another audio where this young lady, she is married to someone with a disability. And it's interesting what she says in this audio. So I will allow the producer, I shouldn't even say allow, but I would ask him to bring up that audio here now for us, and we'll come back and discuss what we hear in this audio. It's quite interesting. So take a listen. Mr. Producer?
Hello, beautiful. Welcome to Gray Matter. I am kind of excited about sharing this pic with you guys because I know a lot of women. Sorry, I'm getting some stuff off my screen here. I know a lot of times we're looking for that perfect guy, and sometimes we can limit our dating pool because it never, the guy with the physical disability, it never dawns on us to give him a chance, right? So I happen to be married to a man with a physical disability. Some of you may or may not know that my husband Shadrach is legally blind, right? So let's see. I'm sorry, I'm looking to make sure everything is good with this before I start talking, because sometimes okay, it looks like everything's fine. So my husband Shadrach is legally blind, and I don't talk about it much because it never really comes up. To me, he's pretty normal. But a few weeks ago, I saw a clip where Tiffany Haddish, the comedian actor, was on Jimmy Fallon. Is that his name, Jimmy Fallon? I don't watch the late shows, so I think that's his name. The really silly guy that likes to do the music skits or challenges or stuff. But she was talking about when she used to work for an airline, and how she worked behind the counter. There was a guy that worked in the airport who was physically disabled. I think he had a withered hand and possibly a speech impediment, maybe even a limp or something. And how he brought her, a flower every day or almost every day. And you could tell it was one that he had dug up from somewhere. He was always being sweet to her and kind to her at work. And eventually, after a long time, she agreed to go on a date with him. And she talked about how when she went to, the group home, how everybody, all the other people that are there at the group home were talking about how pretty she was. And they were so excited for him because he was getting to go on a real date with a normal girl who was really pretty and everything. So she ended up going on a date with him. Long story short, she said it was a really great date. And, obviously, though, it didn't go anywhere after that. But I guess she just wanted to give him one date. But that's the thing, though. If he was a really great guy and he really gave her a date, I don't know if it was him living in a group home that was the issue. But if he is pretty much self-sufficient or has the ability to be, then, not speaking about her, just speaking in general, if a man is pretty self-sufficient and has the ability to be self-sufficient, a lot of times people with disabilities haven't been encouraged to get out into the workplace, further their education, things like that. And some of them are just plain, tenacious, and they're going to do that. But a few of them, because of their disability, they have been, emotionally battered to where they don't really have the, they need encouragement to actually get out and do things that people who are more able-bodied would do. And I think that if someone shows interest in you that is physically disabled, then take the time to get to know them just like you would someone else. Now, I have known people with physical disabilities mean as rattlesnakes, but that's just like other people, just some are and some aren't. I knew this one blind girl, me and her stayed into it. We were roommates, and she was just as mean as the dickens, honey. She was, oh my goodness. So if she ever got married, unless she grew out of whatever she had going on, I feel sorry for her husband and children, child. But she was very, very smart. She had the ability to, do everything, except she couldn't see. So she would need, she needed help getting around sometimes, stuff like that. But my husband, being legally blind, he has low vision. He can see some. And the thing about it, though, this is the thing that I really want to say. This is the thing that I really want to say. When I found out my husband was legally blind, I didn't fool myself like, oh, that's not an issue, right? So although some of us overlook people with disabilities because, you know, normally you just don't think about it. You don't think, you know, you see somebody in a wheelchair, you don't think, oh, he could be a boyfriend or he could be a husband, you know. But once in a while, some of them will have the, you know, the courage to approach you or whatever. My husband has always been really, really shy. So I'm probably going to have to go back and edit this video because I'm rambling and I'm not getting to my points like I want to. But my husband was really shy. So it was, you know, an issue for him meeting people and, you know, getting relationships going. But a lot of it was the fact that, you know, he doesn't see well. So a lot of women didn't see him because he's shy and because he doesn't see well and he wears really, really thick glasses. And he had some other family dynamics going on. A lot of women didn't see him as a contender or as potential until me and him got together, girl. But you know that story anyway. But so it's one of those things to where once I found out that he was physically disabled and he couldn't see well, I had to pray about that because I didn't fool myself like, oh, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Because the thing about it with people with physical disabilities, as probably with any disability, you know, mental health and stuff like that, you have to be ready for the sacrifices that will have to be made as a result. Like, my husband doesn't drive. And I had to talk to the Lord and really ask myself, can I do all of the driving for the rest of our lives? You know? And, but what the Lord told me was, see it as an opportunity to do something for someone they can't do for themselves forever. You know? Like, this is a chance to make a daily sacrifice for the rest of your life, you know? So, although my husband have had opportunities to drive, you know, we go to a specialist down in Birmingham and they have, you know, fitted him with the, you know, special apparatus and he gets driving lessons through, you know, a local state service. You know, it's taking him a while to actually be able to do that. But when we got married, we didn't know that was an option. So I made that decision up front. And it may be that my husband, you know, will never feel comfortable, you know, with that opportunity. So I have to decide, you know, right now, am I still going to do what I said I was going to do when we got married? So for me, you have to look at the person, how they treat you, what kind of person they are, you know, and if it's a good person, then the only other thing that I think you have to look for is whether or not you're ready to make whatever kind of sacrifice there is to make, sacrifice or sacrifices there are to make associated with their disability. Some people marry people in wheelchairs. Therefore, you know, they have to help them, you know, maybe with dressing or bathing, you know, those kinds of things, which is a whole other level of sacrifice than what I have to deal with. My husband has learned how to navigate his low vision very well. And there are ways that I've taught him how to see without his eyes that he hadn't been taught before we met. You know, I've taught him how to see with his hands and to see with his ears and things like that. Things that I just kind of picked up over the years and learned. And I just kind of passed it on to him. And he was very excited to know these things. So it does help him navigate the world even better. So that's another thing. Maybe educating yourself on their disability and working with them to improve, how they function in.
So many words for the broken heart. It's hard to see in a crimson love. So hard to breathe. Walk with me and maybe night till the light so soon become wild and free. I can feel the sun. Your every wish will be done, they tell me.
Yes, folks, welcome back. And what a mouthful there, this young lady, her account, her experience, daily experience, what an account that is. And it's quite interesting, as I indicated, because you see, my thing on this is that, don't ever think that because the person is disabled, differently abled, challenged, whatever term however you want to term it, that they are less of a person. And that is the whole gist of what we're trying to bring forward this evening, to educate you, our listeners, as to, how you should meet and treat with persons of in such categories. So I want to bring in my ladies at this point in time to let us break this whole thing apart and really discuss, what we would have been hearing in that young lady's account. So my ladies, what do you all think about this young lady's account, her experience that she was giving?
Well, to me, Sunshine, the accounts of her life on how she met him and how she took on, because basically because of his blindness, she took the lead on, basically of everything that he used to do. Basically, it's like trying to teach a child a new trick. And it's kind of hard when you take the lead or when they allow you, because basically it sounded to me more like he allowed her to take the lead. So and she welcomed that position. Yeah, she welcomed the challenge because of the fact I think, me putting myself in her position, it's like she wanted to prove to him that she really loved him aside from his disability.
Right, so she's going all out.
Yeah, so she's going all out. That's just my intake of what I heard from the story. I don't know about the ladies.
Yeah, and I think that was, commendable. I had to commend her for that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I really kudos to her.
Yes, and what I enjoy listening to her is when she was very clear and open as to her dedication. And she was very clear to state that, I made this choice.
Yes,
I made this dedication.
Yes,
I'm not seeing it as a challenge on my end. I'm going to show this as a love. And I love the way she said,
absolutely.
I have no problem doing for someone else that they can do for themselves. And in this case, it's a love connection. You know what I mean?
That was my
that was
intake.
very
That was
beautiful.
my intake.
I'm really happy that she shared her stories like that willingness to serve.
Ooh,
and
somebody
under the umbrella of love and in a loving relationship. I guess that's just some of the ingredients for any loving relationship. So
what another
absolutely
thing, another thing that I that was very out and front, I have to say, for me, is that she said about the opportunity that he had to drive, and what measures were being taken or put in place for this to happen. And she was telling herself, well, I'm going to have to just do this driving thing for the rest of my life, and I accept that. And she said even before they got married, they didn't even know that things like this would have been available, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't look at his um disability. She looked at his ability because she said he's nice and kind and everything else as a regular person would be. He has other qualities that she really really appreciates. So I mean, wow. And it's
And
only when
and
you
then the
get
other
into
thing
it.
too,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Minnie, and then the other thing too that stood out for me was the compromising that she was willing. It wasn't, she did not make it as though it was a burden.
Right.
She recognized that we came here on equal footing. We are
Mm-hmm.
equal partners, and we compromise to make sure that the relationship continues to blossom. And as you say, kudos. I really, really enjoyed the story and
Yeah.
her
Kakimba?
sharing her day-to-day life. Yeah.
Yeah, Kakimba, what you thought?
Yeah, I agree with everything everybody said, and like everyone said, she did not treat him as a
Any
person
differently?
with a
Yeah.
disability. She treated him as a regular person, and that's how everybody should be treated, with or without a disability. Just treat a person regular, talk to them regular. And if there are questions that you don't understand, or you may need answered, just ask them, because a lot of people come and say, can I ask you such and such, and I let them know. I would rather them ask me and me educate them, as opposed
With
to
them
them.
assuming, making assumptions.
Right. So it,
Yeah.
it was a very good clip. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and then another thing you might think, I mean, you get some of the weirdest questions you will not believe, you know, but
No, I mean, I understand. I mean, people do ask. I mean, to us, they're weird questions, because it's like whatever they're asking is like normal to us, but
yeah, yeah,
to them, it's a question because they don't really know. And I would rather them ask me the weird question, so that way they can get a better understanding on how to deal with somebody with um
a
either
disability.
a visual impairment or any other type of disability.
Right. But some people, they take offense to that, right? Some persons who have a
Yeah.
challenge, they take offense to the questions that they would get, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
I will advise anyone who has a challenge and you're being asked questions, just take it in stride. I mean, sometimes it's that people they really want to know, and they want to know how to treat with us,
Mm-hmm.
and even sometimes if you feel a little bit ticked off by the questions, still, take a breath or two, take a moment to just count to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then, you know, collect yourself, collect your thoughts, and answer the questions. Because, I mean, um, even within families, because remember, persons who are challenged, it's the challenge. Yes, it's happening to them, but it's also happening to their families in terms of coping. Because you have some families who may not even allow this person with the
Yep.
challenge or disability to live
Right.
independently,
Right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
they don't allow them to do that, so they don't really know the scope of what they can really do, because they're not seeing it, they're not allowing them to show that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And there are some families who do very well with their persons, you know, and they allow them a wide range to show just how independent they are. And let's not get it twisted, persons. You know, we as persons with a challenge or a disability, sometimes we use, how should I put this? Because I don't want to step on any toes here, but you ever hear the term of being overly independent? I mean, sometimes, yes, we are independent and we want to do things ourselves, but sometimes there is the one-off situation where you really will need that assistance, and don't be too nose up in the air, let me put it like that, to ask for that assistance, because not everything, I mean, come on, let's admit it, not everything you would be able to do by yourself. Not so, Kakimba? Would you, let me use Sunshine's word, wouldn't you concur?
Yeah, I concur.
That's my
no,
word.
Yes.
Again, I was muted and I didn't know I was muted.
So yeah, we need to.
But I think that is something across the board, though. That over independence it's just a human nature. Sometimes you have those persons who are very dependent on with a disability or a challenge or not, and then you have persons just sometimes. I think I fall into that category. I don't want help. I don't need help. But at the end of the day, you recognize we need to accept it, accept the fact that we're only human and we do need assistance at some point in time. And it's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask.
Actually, it's more strength. Yes, it's more strength asking for help than trying to kill
Do it
yourself
yourself.
doing it on your own.
And sometimes you might make a mess of it too while you're at it. But
I would agree. I would agree.
But nevertheless, my point this evening is really don't overlook the persons with the challenge. They have feelings like everyone else, so we would want love like everybody else, and all that goes with it, the whole 9 yards. Yes, and let us, be there's a famous line that somebody I know uses all the time, and he says, "Stand up and be counted." And we have to be stand up and be counted, because how else would the world know about our capabilities? So don't be afraid, don't be shy. Stand up and be counted. And families, friends of persons with a challenge or disability, allow us to live. Allow us to do what we know how to do best, and we will teach you a thing or two. I have taught a lot of persons different things, and it's amazing the feedback that you get. So at this point, I will bring in Sunshine, because I know she has a lot more to give us.
But before we continue on with me, we're gonna take a short station break, and we'll be right back.
Right.
Because yes. So when we come back from that break, ladies and gents from all over the globe, we shall continue with more Sunshine.
Yes,
and what I have for you guys, because I want to keep going on the trend with my girl here, Mini Jeannie. So we're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it going.
We're gonna keep that train rolling.
Yeah, we're gonna keep that. What is it, Tina Turner style? Rolling on the river. There you go. So we're gonna keep rolling on the river.
Don't get us started. We're going for the break, people. We coming back.
Yeah, rolling on the river. How is it you go, ladies? Tina was the lady back then.
Hey, this is DJ Shay. And this is Maya. We are listening to UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together.
Hello, friends. This is DJ TW Blue, inviting you to join us each and every Sunday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern for the Gospel Explosion. It is powerful gospel music internationally, right here on UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together.
not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Tom has been a teacher for over 40 years. One day, I think one of the students had asked the question and he didn't remember the answer. And I also noticed that he was letting his class out earlier than they were supposed to let out. I was really starting to worry.
Levi and I talked about how it would change our lives, but he was there beside me.
When something feels different, it could be Alzheimer's. Now is the time to talk. Visit alz.org/ourstories to learn more. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
From the files of Unshackled, Pacific Garden Mission presents Free Indeed.
Like many others, I first tried drugs to fit in with friends in junior high. My grandparents had raised me until I was 9. Then Dad took me to live with him and my stepmother. I was soon addicted to all kinds of drugs and stealing to meet my needs. When I was 16, Dad and I got into a fight, and he threw me out. I managed to graduate, barely, and got a job in the shipyards where my co-workers and I smoked pot together. Several times I tried to quit using drugs, but failed. I began to hate my weakness and thought about suicide many times. Some of us were arrested for smoking pot on the street, and I spent 4 hours in jail. That sobered me. I talked with a Christian at work who described how Jesus had turned him away from drugs. Another coworker was even bolder in his witness. He took me to an empty office at lunchtime and, with his Bible, showed me that sin leads to death, but the gift of God is eternal life through Jesus Christ our Lord. Now, I mistakenly thought that I had to get rid of my bad habits before I could be saved, but he explained that God accepts us just as we are when we turn from sin to Christ. I prayed that day, giving my life to Jesus Christ and asking God to remake me. My old drug buddies didn't think my new life would last, but they were wrong. I'm David Capps. Jesus set me free, cleaned me up, and gave me joy. 2 of my old drug buddies came to know Jesus too. Whatever has you bound, I promise you, if the Son therefore shall make you free, you shall be free indeed.
If you would like to be free from the weight of sin by receiving Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior, or maybe you have questions about it, call 1-888-NEED-HIM right now. Free Indeed is a production of Pacific Garden Mission, 1458 South Canal Street, Chicago, Illinois, 60607. Email unshackled@pgm.org.
Since the day I was born, I'm with my disability, fighting through the challenges of life, never get swept away by a wave of sadness. My parents is my inspiration. Education is my powerful weapon to survive in this life with discrimination. Knowledge and perseverance are needed. Disability was never been a burden to fight against the difficulties of life, and always remember God is good all the time to all person with disability. Never give up and believe your dream. We are all the same to the eyes eyes of God who gave us life. Disability was never been a burden to fight against the difficulties of life. And always remember, God is good all the time. Whatever trials will be in your life, fight on, continue with our life. Disability was never been a burden to fight against the difficulties of life. And always remember, God is good all the time. And always remember.
Okay, still hearing it?
Hey, listeners, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, everyone. As we say here, because we know it's across the globe, it's good morning, good evening, good night to you all. You're listening to Extra Straight Talk right here on UVC Radio. Just in case you just joined us, we are talking today. Can you have a relationship with someone with a challenge, a disability, or differently abled? If you do, what is it like for you? If you don't, well, we may have some answers right here, sharing some of the experiences of individuals, as we call them, interabled relationships. So as we return from the break, welcome back, and we're going to pass things on to Sunshine. Sunshine, what part of the puzzle are you adding on tonight for us?
Well, I'll be adding on to you guys. Again, I want to welcome everyone around the globe. We can't say that enough. We thank you. We love you for staying by EST and UVC Radio for another program. I want to add on. This is more like it's a disabled, but this came with a twist. I've been watching this couple for a while now on YouTube, and I just came upon their story again. And it's crazy because of the fact the way we've been going at things. I didn't think I was gonna be able to produce anything, and this just fell right on my lap, and it reminded me of how much I've been watching them on YouTube. This is about a couple where the guy, he was a normal person, and he became quadriplegic, making him disabled. But the little twist on it is that they are an interracial couple as well. So that's the little twist that is there. Let me read about it a little bit, and then we're gonna have our producer play the small clip so he can tell himself the story. It goes like this. After almost giving up on finding love, a quadriplegic has found his soulmate at the rehabilitation center that helped him with his paralysis. Cole Sydnor, Sydnor, from Richmond, Virginia, had a life-changing accident in August of 2011 when driving in a local river and hitting a rock that left him paralyzed from the triceps down. Get that. He is now 23 years old, has gone through rigorous rehabilitation to help accept his new body, but also found love in Charisma Jameson, who was a rehabilitation technician at the center. The couple have been together for a year and now run a frank YouTube channel documenting their lives as a interratable couple and the discussions that come with it. So let's see what our producer has or what we provided him with the clip. Take it away, producer.
I remember being in the hospital bed and feeling so trapped because I couldn't move anything. And I asked my mom, am I paralyzed? And she looked at me and she said, yeah. I think it's important to raise awareness about being an interabled couple. That's why we started the vlog.
Thank you for watching.
And
stay positive.
Yay! Nice. I missed.
Yay, that was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Wait, before you do it, let me just put your shoes on. That's okay. Alright. Here are his legs. Oops, very cool.
My accident occurred in August of 2011. I was with some friends at the James River at a place called the Pipeline, and it's kind of like a rapids. I dove in and I hit a rock submerged just below the surface of the water. And I got a long scar from here all the way to like here. And I instantly broke my neck and was paralyzed.
Ready, cool.
I'm ready.
He does most of the lifting with his shoulders and I just swing his butt. You want to do it one more little piece? Okay.
Nice. Ready for breakfast. All right, going down. Always back in. You have 8 seconds before the door shuts. So everybody rush on it. We didn't meet until way after.
I guess, what, 6 years after your accident we met?
My mom made that picture right there. So wake up, kick ass, be kind, repeat. That's our motto. Actually, our motto is stay positive.
Stay positive.
But that's those are words to live by for sure.
Yes. I think the first time we saw each other and the first time we noticed each other are different, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Now we're on the first floor.
I've been working at Sheltering Arms for about 2 years.
Yeah. And Sheltering Arms is a rehabilitation hospital.
Yes. So I was working there as a rehab tech. And Cole was getting therapy there the entire time I was working there. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, we've come across each other's paths multiple times at the hospital. So our first interaction, Cole was on a bike getting therapy, and I had come over to help, and they told me to get some pads off of Cole's butt. Because he had electrical pads all over him so he can ride the bike and it just gives him stimulation into his legs.
Yeah, it shocks my legs.
Yes, he hated it.
Yeah.
And I thought nothing of it.
Well, I mean, of course, like I want to be looking good for this attractive girl that's helping me out. Meanwhile, I'm in my workout clothes and she's pulling pads off my butt. Like, how am I supposed to flirt in that sort of context? Come on, help a brother out.
I would say it was very romantic.
Oh.
I think that it's a little bit easier for me to understand Cole's situation because of my background. So when I came into the relationship, I had a lot of knowledge already. Yeah.
Yeah, and from my perspective, I think it was great too because I felt like I didn't have to teach someone from scratch. Sizzle, sizzle. No better sound than that sizzling.
I just like watching it.
You're down, I cannot use or feel. And I can't use my hands, and I can't use my triceps either. So functionally, I'm a functionally complete quadriplegic. Yeah, I can help. Ah, there it is. Ah.
Your hand's getting cold.
What? I'm not burning myself. We both work.
I'm in grad school, getting my master's in science, master's of science in occupational therapy.
And I also have a real estate company with a friend from college and an investor where we try to acquire properties, renovate them to make them totally accessible.
And then we have our own business together. So it involves a YouTube channel.
Roll with Cole and Charisma Productions. There you can see it. Boom, boom, boom.
Yes. And so that's like a full-time job. We spend a lot of hours
Lots of time and energy.
doing that, and it's been fun. I mean,
It's been awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. I think it's important to raise awareness about being an interabled couple because, like me, I was very doubtful that I would be able to find a relationship.
Yeah.
But now I know that's true. I mean, it happened for me, and I would like to kind of express to others through our relationship how it can very easily happen with them.
I like that one a lot.
The holding hands.
Mm-hmm. It's a really good picture.
We typically will vlog our adventures.
Yes.
Just corny couple stuff.
Like I knew this is the man I wanted to like spend the rest of my life with. Honestly, from the first date.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because it was so
Nice. It was magical. It was like a rainbow. Spinal cord injury sexual health, I think, is very misunderstood.
Yes.
As a whole.
Yes.
A lot of people like think that just because I'm in a chair, like I can't do anything,
or it
and
doesn't work.
Nothing works.
It's not true. I always ride in the elevator because it's just me being lazy, and it's just easier riding in an elevator than walking up the steps.
And you like being close to me. I get it. That's fine. You don't have to make excuses. It is different on a case-by-case basis for every spinal cord injury. So I can only really speak to my situation, but in my situation, it does work. Okay. And let's just get that out. And here comes the tomato face again.
Oh my gosh. A disability does not define someone.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I do feel like for the longest time, I would kind of just be looked over. Like if I saw a cute girl or something, it's like she wouldn't even notice me.
And to be honest, I was never the type of person who watched couples on YouTube. I was never that person. And I'm very, I don't like to put my life out there. So that was a big adjustment. All right, do you know what you're painting? Oh, where's my phone?
Yeah, we're painting the same thing, are we?
We are painting the logo? A little competition.
A little hashtag logo challenge.
But I think our purpose was to bring awareness about accessibility, about dating interably.
Just trying to spread positivity.
We kind of do talk about Cole's injury. We touch on that.
All right, this is the big reveal. Our paintings, they came out all right. You're gonna see it in 3, 2, 1. Dun, dun, dun. There they are in all their glory.
It looks good. I like Cole's charisma better because mine has way too much space. Yay! Good job, babe.
Nice.
Yay! That was fun.
That was fun.
Yeah.
So let us know who you think won the hashtag logo challenge.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe,
and
stay positive.
Boom. See ya. Nice. Thanks for keeping me dry, Dad. Alright, see you when we get back. Man, the rain is not friendly to quads. Not at all. So where we see ourselves in 5 years? What I love is that we can't answer that question.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome that with how our relationship has been evolving, it's so hard to say where we could be because it could go anywhere.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
I'd rather not be able to answer that question than know exactly where I'll be in 5 years because that's kind of sad.
Yeah. I like that. So we could be anywhere. Just check back in 5 years.
Yeah. All right.
Should we kiss at the end?
Oh, kiss me.
Oh God, you always go for it.
Energy, tempo to the bass. You know, Mr. Venom is in this place representing for UVC Radio. Play the song and make it drop. The one hot, them get crushed.
For know that this is Round James from out of Kingston, JA. I represent for King Rocco HD on the UVC radio with the Friday night vibes. This and every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central Time. You see, King Rocco, better than them, better than them.
Okay, thank you for sharing. Thank you for coming back and staying tuned with us, ladies. What did you think about that clip?
Well, boy, I have to say,
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
interesting. Yeah,
Really, really enjoyed it. It was a joy to listen, to hear how light they are with each other, how much fun they're having with each other, how open they are with each other. And as I say, sometimes, life, you just need to learn to laugh at yourself and laugh with the people around you. And that kind of takes half the strains
Absolutely.
out. So I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. And what I loved more is how we always say in this program how the dynamic works together, because look how this clip was really close and similar to the one that Mini Genie played before. And we didn't know. We did this at the last minute. So because of the couples, look, you understand it, even though it's a little bit different, but with the same token is the same, because it's couples where the woman is actually, showing and giving and putting herself there to let him know, I'm here for you, unconditionally. I'm here for you. So it's good to hear stories like this. And like I said, I've been watching their videos on YouTube for a while now, and it started by coincidence. And like, again, I had a while I had stopped watching them, but today that fell on my lap. And it's amazing because she's very young. She's in her 20s, and so is he. So and you're here today, and who knows about tomorrow, because he had an accident. And he was a well capable person. He was walking, talking, but now from his tricep down, he has no motion, no nothing. So, don't take life for granted, basically. If, whatever God puts in your path, enjoy it positively. You know what I'm saying? But with that said, I'm pretty sure that what Trini G is going to bring us next, it's going to be even more amazing, because we start small and then it gets amazing and amazing and more amazing, and the last one is always more amazing than the rest that came out. They're amazing. But what do you have for us, Trini G?
Well, as always, we connect. It's just the vibe that we have is positivity right across the board. So I am just happy that you brought in the interabled relationship, and it's interabled and interracial. So you have an interabled, interracial relationship. So it was amazing to see, the coincidence that is coming out, because that's what I'm bringing forward as well. Because when I heard the word interabled, I was like, wait a minute, what does that mean? When you see the word, it was like, what does that mean? And off the top of the head of me just looking at it, I was like, wait a minute, one person is disabled or challenged and the other person isn't. But it also said that according to all of the doctors, it's not just that. You can have the same disability or challenge, different levels of it. So it's not just one person, as they say, quote unquote, able-bodied and somebody who is challenged, but you can also have two people with similar challenges at different levels. They also be labeled as interabled, right? So that is something that was interesting for me that came up. So imagine you have two different disabilities or the same disabilities, but at different stages. So we just clarifying that before we move on. But overall, I'm saying overall, relationships with someone disabled differently able, challenged, because that's where, some people choose where they would like to be referred to. And I just think starting off, it should be marrying someone, dating someone with a challenge, with a disability, should be treated the same in my personal view, should be treated the same as everyone else, with understanding and compassion. And I think with all of the things that was done before, all of the clips that the lady shared before, what you saw was everybody just being tolerant of what is taking place, accepting what is, and just moving and creating their own web that's happiness for them, And for me, it's just having healthy communication, and it seems to be working for the two couples that I mentioned before. But I want to jump into something that came up as well. In spite of all of the happiness that we hear in any couples before, a word came up today. What is ableism? Ladies, have you ever heard about ableism? Let me hear if the ladies have heard of what is ableism. Listen, blew my mind today. So I started doing my research. What is it? And I came across a couple of articles as well as psychologists. Nice. Ableism is, hold on to this, it's a systematic discrimination based on a person's disability. I'm like, what? I hope the ladies.
Can you repeat that again? Just just repeat it.
We're going again. It's a systematic discrimination based on someone's disability. What does all of that mean according to the psychologists? Let me put it in the nutshell. Have you ever been down the streets and somehow someone made you feel really, really bad about your disability or your challenge? That is what ableism is. Somebody would have gone out of their way to make sure that you feel less than in the moment. As well as, according to the experts, ableism could also be seen, which is now, to be honest, at some point and listening to it, and it's like, it could also be seen as someone with a challenge going through their day, and there's something that is preventing you from living your day as normally as you would want it to be. For example, you may be hearing impaired, and all of the music that is being played in your particular clinic is being played music, but you can't hear it. You could be visually impaired, but all of the Ministry of Health all over the world is putting up posters and billboards all over the highways and in every book everywhere, but you are unable to see the messages that they're sending for you. All of that, they're indicating that is classed as ableism, which kind of blew my mind, because it's basically you feeling bad, you being put down by somebody else, be it knowingly or unknowingly, or being prevented from doing your daily chores, like you deciding to go to the utility place to pay your phone bill, but they don't have the tools to support you, be it if you are visually impaired, if you're hearing impaired, or if you may be wheelchair bound, or, you know what I mean, unable to utilize their space. That is also seen as ableism. What do you ladies think about that? That blew my mind, because I heard about racism and we hear the long isms all down, never heard of ableism. So I hope the listeners, if you have, share with us and let us know other ways in which you would have felt it, seen it, experienced it. You know, I have seen myself in a store, and only when I saw the definition, I'm like, oh my goodness, I was actually present when ableism was taking place, but I didn't know what it was. With individuals being in a store and they may have been visually impaired, they're paying for something, but just because I'm close by, they assume that I am the person purchasing the item. They assume that I am the person paying for it. And then they would be giving, you know what I mean? You just make the assumption that the person who is doing the purchase doesn't have the capacity to do it, and that to me kind of riles me up a little bit. My advocate side of Trini is go a little bit nuts because I want to snatch you in the moment. But I now understand that it is ableism, and just like racism, a lot of the times it's just somebody feeling better than, knowingly or unknowingly. You know, so that is something I wanted to bring to the table.
Trinity, you know why I was laughing?
Yes,
because,
yes.
Because I remember one little trick that we played.
Which one? We play a couple tricks. You can share it. You can share it. You can share it.
This one, Trinity and I went into a store. So we already knew what the outcome would be when persons encounter us, because it would automatically make me invisible.
Ableism left, right, and center.
Right? With speaking.
Yes.
So we got into the store and I said to her, pretend you can't speak, and then they will automatically have to speak to me. So then we got into the store. The lady was asking, so you are with her, and well, it's this item is so and so.
Not even focusing in her direction.
Trinity was making a lot of hand signals.
Because hint, I know a little bit of sign language, so I was just utilizing.
So she was signing, and the lady said, "Oh, the two of you all have two of you all disabled. Okay, well, let me talk to your friend." She started to, the volume raised, and she started to speak to me louder. You know,
in her mind, I was not hearing, so she's screaming. I may be able to hear it then. So you know, it's like that is one of the reasons why I say when I saw the word, I said it's nice when you learn something, you share it with your listeners, with your friends, your family, and you know, it just gets better when you learn with each other, you know. But I've experienced it. I've definitely experienced it over time. Yeah. Because I mean, it's not different in a relationship to have a friendship or a relationship, be it a loving one, be it a mother-father relationship, brother-sister, you know, besties. Everyone has a challenge. I always say everyone has a challenge. We dealt with disabilities and learning disabilities a couple of weeks ago. A lot of people have challenges that we don't see, you know, so that is some of the things. And I have also my personal side, I was actually very honored. I used the word honored to see my grandmother and grandfather's, I say, the love story, because they were married for many, 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 many years. I mean, double digits, probably 30-something plus years, when my grandmom lost her sight, like slowly lost her vision. And it was as though there was not a second that dropped. It was okay, there's love here. There's nothing different, because my love for you did not change, your situation changed, and the kind of compassion and the love and the adoration that my grandfather showed to my grandmother. So, you know, it's nice to be able to feel that on my personal side, and then to recognize across the globe, both your ladies brought in other couples that just shared the love for each other in spite of, and I think that's the true love story there. So that's wrapping it up for me right now, but obviously it's not done. It's not done. We have to pass on to Cool Kikumba to hear what part of the puzzle she's dropping in for us today. Hey girl.
Yes, I'm here.
You? Yes. Let me hear what it is. We have a lot going on. A lot to talk about, so let me hear you.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Dating a person with a disability. Dating someone with a disability is no different dating a non-disabled person. The same rules and boundaries apply. Be open to learning about their physical and sexual needs. Keep an open mind and heart, and show them that you are willing to learn. Can people with disabilities be in a relationship? One common assumption is that normal or typical dates aren't possible for people with disabilities. This is a myth. People with disabilities enjoy the same things that able-bodied people do, and dating is no exception. Because they are more likely to perceive powerless and physically helpless depending on their condition, people with disabilities usually have fewer opportunities to learn their sexual likes and dislikes or to set emotional boundaries with an intimate partner. How to date a disabled person. Educate yourself and do not expect the partner to do the work for you. Brace yourself for judgment and resistance. Check your ableism at the door. Don't patronize us. Set boundaries for yourself and us. Be patient with us. Validate their feelings. How does a disability affect a relationship? Because they are more likely to be perceived powerless and physically helpless depending on their condition. People with disabilities usually have few opportunities to learn their sexual likes and dislikes. Can people with disabilities be in a relationship? One common assumption is that normal or typical dates aren't possible with people with disabilities. This is a myth. People with disabilities enjoy the same thing that able-bodied people do, and there is no exception. How do you deal with a disabled partner? Be kind and compassionate, and sometimes tolerate their emotional reactions. Healthy emotional and support care go a long way for both those with disabilities, those with and without disabilities. So make sure you are there for your partner. Support them, defend their honor, talk to them if they need it, make them laugh, be their rock. What not to ask a disabled person. Annoying or inappropriate questions people have to endure. Do you need a license for that thing? Do you sleep in your wheelchair? Oh, my friend's daughter is in a wheelchair. Do you know her? What day center do you go to? Can you drink and eat normal food? Can she speak? What not to do when talking to someone with a disability? Things you should stop doing and saying to disabled people. Don't call me brave. Well, I don't know about that. Don't use baby talk. Okay, it says don't ask what my disabilities are, but I would rather them ask than not ask and not be educated. Don't assume all disabled people look the same. Don't help me without asking. Don't give misplaced advice. Don't assume my disability defines me. So that's what I have on relationships with disabled people. They
Come by love when you said the last thing there, which defines you. Don't ever think that
yes,
your disability defines you. That hit
That's
me in a
quite
different
true.
place,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
That's a powerful statement.
yes,
You know,
because a lot of people will just define a person like with a person with a disability. Oh, that blind lady or the black blind
yeah,
lady or
yeah, yeah,
something like
yeah.
that, and that's defining me.
hmm And I'll give you
They're not
a
seeing
little
past what they
story.
see.
hmm I'll give you a little scenario here. I was at the office, my coworkers, and there was this good-looking dude. When I tell you, good-looking dude came in the door.
Minnie,
Yes.
don't forget we need to welcome Mary in as you give your
Welcome,
story.
Mary.
Mary's on the Zoom room with us. Good night,
Welcome,
Mary. Welcome
Mary.
to Extra Straight Talk.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
So,
Minnie.
anyways, so he came to the door. When I tell you, nice built guy, tall up in the air, so right, and smooth, And my other coworker said, "Wow, look at him, da da da," And I said, "Hear them, plenty eye food." I say, "Yeah, boy." They said, "You wash him out and stay in the corner there and let we enjoy the eye food."
Wow.
And I was like, huh? I didn't believe I just heard that, you know? So, of course,
Wow.
I told them off. So, then there was another time where
Wow.
we had another floor, they had a breakfast morning, and a gentleman, one of the drivers in my section offered to buy me breakfast. It's like, oh my God, something really wrong with me. Nobody never buy me. And I like, what is this?
Wow.
So they
This
make
is
you feel
ableism. That's what we just learned.
The famous word, the
Absolutely.
famous word, the famous word.
yeah, ableism, right there and then. So they're assuming this gentleman is not supposed to buy me anything because, what she was doing with, a good offer like that. Why he couldn't offer one of us,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean,
Sorry if all I'm getting is wow. And my wow is I can't believe that in 2023 that we have
there's still people
persons,
like that.
people,
Yeah.
adults.
Yes, ma'am.
My
Yes,
wow.
ma'am.
That's my wow. That's my interpretation of my wow. Like, what? Did you just say that? Did somebody who was an
Yes.
adult post-COVID say that in 2023?
Yes.
Yes.
That's ignorance. That is ignorance, and there's no need for ignorance now, especially with all of these platforms that are available. Everybody has a TikTok or a Facebook or a chat somewhere, raising awareness, as our boy mentioned in the interabled relationship clip. Raise your awareness. You don't need somebody else to raise your awareness. You should be out there trying to live accordingly with everyone equally. Read, seek the information, raise your awareness. This is amazing.
But the sad part
it's
about
sad though. It's sad.
A lot of people don't read or don't even try to understand it until it hits home.
Wow. Yes. Yeah. I think that is some of the problems. Because I mean, when you said you need to be open, if you are open to someone asking you a question, then the other person will be more comfortable to go and ask questions. They will then learn something before the end of the day, and then that information just passes on. And that's how I think we should be on our day, our journey as we walk through the day. I learned something from you, you learn something from me, and that's how we pass things on. That's how we do it here at UBC.
Yeah.
By the way, that's why.
By the same token, let's say good evening to Sir Wise, really, because he is saying in our chat here that it's more than just public. Yes, he's saying and I'm now sharing it. Okay, all right, because I was just about to share it.
Hello, ladies. A very good program. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. But what comes home to me is that public education alone cannot change attitudes. Increasingly, I am realizing that public education is just one aspect of the change. The other one has to be relating directly with other people. So the more we relate and the more we interact, the better will be the chances of changing attitudes.
Send button.
Wow. That's definitely interesting. He was basically, it's the individual. So if we all take responsibility individually, then I guess the public awareness and the education will then have some sort of an impact, because we could read tons of books and it never change our behavior. You know, it doesn't change unless we want to, you know. But I think it's for me, communication across the board, how I have continued to live my life, and everybody who knows me knows that's how Trini is. I find communication, if I interact with somebody who is visually impaired, I am very aware as to the hows and how to and how not to with certain issues and things, and as well as if I meet somebody who is from the Rastafarian religion, I have a very open mind to learn, and if I meet someone who is hearing impaired, I could communicate, and that is just the way I live my life, because I guess because of the honor of me seeing how my grandparents would have lived their life and just welcome. It's love nonetheless. With or without the disability, love must be the first step. And as Wise will say, I'm going to jump that in there, public awareness as well as individual responsibility. Yeah.
Yes, I agree.
We need to be each other's advocates. We need to be each other's advocates. That's to me, that's how it should be. I have a friend and I am going to be your advocate. Trust me. Once Trinity G is in your corner, you have no problem. You know, and that's how my tribe, I always say, my tribe chose me, and once you're in my tribe, everyone will know that I have your back. I think advocacy is you learning, finding out the information, seeking out the information, seeking out the people who have the information, getting trained in most instances so that you could effectively communicate with anyone you meet across the day. It's not all about you. It's all about us at the end of the day. Sometimes we can be very, very self-absorbed. And as you said, Kumba, if it doesn't happen to me, then I don't need to learn about it. And that's not the way we should move forward. Yeah. I really enjoyed today's topic. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we did. And the
it took us across the globe, and the time has taken us
flown by. Yes. So, but don't forget, we got to make a dash right now, very quickly, to Cool Cucumber's Kitchen, because I know there's a lot of us out there that will miss the recipes, and they looking forward to that today, because their stomach is probably going trying to find out what is in Cool Cucumber's Kitchen today. Are we going to take a dash, or are we going to take a small break? Because we're right exactly on 10 on the dot. So I think we should just take a dash real quickly to Cool Cucumber's Kitchen.
Okay.
Welcome to Extra
Take a small break.
I guess we're going to take a small break.
To provide entertainment, discuss and give informative suggestions on different topics, speak on everything happening old and new, provide recipes for various appetites, advise our listeners around the world on our segment For Better or For Worse, anonymous letters, and even enjoy some music and jokes. Set your alarms and tune into UVC Radio every Wednesday at 8 p.m. and listen to EST. You won't regret it.
UVC Radio brings you Friday Night Vibes with King Rocco. Join King Rocco this and every Friday night
as he brings you music from all across the globe. The Friday Night Vibes is the mixed show with the vibes to kickstart your weekend. So check out the Friday Night Vibes with King Rocco from 9 p.m. until 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. until 10 p.m. Central, right here on UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together.
Hey, this is DJ Shay. And this is Maya. We are listening to UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together.
Want to be the first to know what's up with your favorite radio station? Then follow us on social media.
Check us out on the web at www.unitedvisionconnect.org/radio. Like us on Facebook at UVC Radio. Also follow us on Instagram at uvc.radio. And share, like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, UVC Radio 1.
UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome back. We have had a spectacular show today, and now we need to make a dash to Cool Cucumber's Kitchen. But before we do that, we want to welcome Mary one more time and thank you for attending our show today, Wednesday, EST, and joining us at the end. But nonetheless, we hope you like the show. Now, Miss Cool Cucumber, Cucumber, what are we getting? Milk, tea, water, champagne.
No, well,
what are we getting?
Tell us quickly.
Okay, no milk. Buddha and his milk, no milk. Buddha and his milk is staying.
He's not here today.
I know.
Good.
I know.
That's okay. He's not here today, so we're good.
You want to get some wine?
What kind of wine?
Red.
Red?
Great. Okay.
I don't know. Okay. What's the recipe? And then I'll probably just try white because I like white.
I'm pouring my red wine.
Okay. Recipe is red snapper.
With
nice.
What? Are we having it with vegetables? Or are we having it like what? Just the red snapper?
Well, you can have it with whatever you want to have it with.
Okay.
All right.
Let's see that recipe.
Okay. Vegetable cooking spray. 1 large onion sliced. 2 large tomatoes peeled and chopped. 1 teaspoon sugar. 1/2 teaspoon dried oregano. 1/4 chopped parsley. 1/2 bay leaf crumbled. A quarter cup of water and some hot sauce. 3 pounds of red snapper or other lean white fish. 1.5 teaspoon lemon juice. 1 small clove garlic minced. 1 large onion chopped. 1.5 cup chopped pepper. 1 teaspoon olive oil. 1.5 cups of sliced almonds. Coat 13 by 9 inch to 13 by 9 by 2 inch baking dish with cooking oil. Arrange onions in dish. Add tomatoes and next 5 ingredients. Combine water and hot sauce. Pour over mixture. Rub fillets with lemon juice and arrange in baking dish. Saute garlic, chopped onions, and peppers in olive oil for 3 minutes. Spoon over fish. Cover and bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 40 to 45 minutes. Garnish with toasted almonds. And that's your red snapper.
Yummy!
Listen, that sounds absolutely delicious. When I started hearing bay leaf and parsley and tomatoes and lemon juice and pepper, listen, I'm pouring my red wine as we speak. Cucumber.
Okay. Well, I just took the red snapper
I can
out
do.
the
I
oven
can
and it's
see
done.
the mashed potatoes.
Yeah, true.
I
Listen,
would
can do
agree
that
with
some mashed
Trinity.
potatoes.
I would agree with
Mhm.
Trinity on that one. Yes,
No,
ma'am.
I could put some
And some
lentils.
caramelized onions on top.
I'll eat it with lentils and the mashed potatoes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
She said lentils and mashed potatoes.
with that,
Or
yeah.
then
No,
we can then do a side of what we say chunky veg or things with
Yeah.
broccoli
yes,
and
yes.
Yes,
carrots and
yes,
Salad type,
cauliflower
salad
and that
type,
kind of thing.
yes.
salad type,
Mhm.
salad type. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
ma'am.
You had a great one here. This is a
Ooh,
definite one.
girlfriend.
I'm going to try. I'm going to do this over the weekend for real.
For real,
Mr.
for real.
Mr.
And
Edgar
we
is
would like to
saying, yum,
hear,
yum.
we would like to hear from our audience, from our listeners, which recipe has been the best one so far from January to now that Cool Cucumber has provided for you guys. Which is the best one that you guys have liked, and which one have you tried?
Mhm.
Wouldn't that be something exciting to hear from the listeners, ladies?
Yep, yep. And
Yes.
you know what?
That
They
would
could,
be awesome.
yeah, they could send us that email extrastraighttalk@gmail.com.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
extrastraighttalk@gmail.com. Or you can
Or
even write to the station, radio@unitedvisionconnect.org.
.org. Yes.
Yep, yep, yep. So,
Absolutely. Make sure you send in your comments. Make sure you send in, if you know any stories, how we're doing. Let us know. Who would you like us to say happy birthday to you? Happy birthday. You know, a
Big
celebration.
birthday.
Give them a nice
anything.
shout out. A shout out. You know, who
Yes.
you want to congratulate, whose anniversary, who's getting married. You know what would be exciting, ladies? A
What?
proposal on the
On
EST.
air,
Wouldn't
yes.
that be?
I
Wouldn't that
Mm.
be
hey,
exciting? A proposal on EST. That would
I,
be the
Yes.
I'm going to try to
After
put
all
something
of
in
these
place
love
here.
stories, of course.
I'm going to urge somebody to actually join us on Zoom and do that proposal if they should
You
ever
know,
want to
that
do
would be so exciting.
That
Oh
is
my
lovely,
God.
isn't it?
We will have to prepare for that because I think I'm gonna be more nervous than the person that's going to propose. It'll even be better if it's a woman that does it to a guy. We could reverse it.
Mm.
Wow, what a day. That'll be a day, I tell you.
Like I said, I think I'll be
But that's
more
happening
nervous.
more often now than before.
Absolutely. So, listeners, if you are willing to take that plunge, please just write to us, give us a call. You can do it through where, ladies? We have the social media. We have extra straight talk at gmail.com. We also have, which one is the other one?
Radio at
radio.
UnitedVisionConnect.org.
Yes, hit
You
us
can
up.
also send us DMs. You can DM us on Instagram, which is UBC Radio, as well as send messages on the Facebook page, UBC Radio. As you say,
Yes.
just type UBC Radio, you will get all of our social platforms
Right, and
that you
don't
can leave
forget to check
messages
out
there,
our
as
YouTube
well
page.
as the email addresses. You could send your messages
And the
there.
Instagram.
Yeah.
Our YouTube
Absolutely.
page, our YouTube
That'll be
page
exciting.
is UVC Radio 1. That's our YouTube page. Subscribe, share, and like, people.
Absolutely. It will be exciting.
Yeah. So with that, we have to put a lid on it.
Yes, ma'am. For tonight, yes. We love you guys. Again, we cannot thank you enough for sticking through another program of EST with our beautiful co-hosts all around in the islands and here, Trini G, Meanie Jeannie, Cool Cucumber, myself, and best of all, the person that really makes this happen, our producer, Mr. Rocco. And guys, do not forget throughout the week, we have perfect programming, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So do not forget to stick and stay by UVC Radio. And this is the station that what?
Binds us together.
Binds us together.
There you go, ladies.
And thanks to all of my supporters and listeners for tuning in tonight, as well as everybody else. Mary, Mr. Edgar, Owen, I think Darren was there too. Patricia, everybody. Yeah. Thank you.
We also cannot forget and not leave without telling Mr. Wise Willie. Again, it was his birthday this week. And also thank you for that voice note. Very interesting. Thank you.
And congratulations to Trini G for making a year.
Yes.
Yay. Yes, we did. The road trip, actually.
Yes.
Lots of celebration, people. So,
I've been 1 year here with UBC Radio, the sound that binds us together, right?
Congrats. And we have been loving every minute of it.
Thank you.
Yes.
There you go.
So ladies, listeners.
And the listeners, don't forget, you can click on, you have Radio Garden, radio.garden, you have Live 365.
Yep.
We have UnitedVisionConnect.org, UnitedVisionConnect.org. Just click, listen, tune in all week long live programming right
do
here.
not forget to tell them to
ladies, yet another one.
Like, subscribe,
share, and subscribe.
Share.
Share.
So that's it, ladies. Until next week, please the Lord.
Until next week.
Have a good one. Good night.
Rolling.
Yes, indeed, great people. This has been another exciting episode of Mixed Straight Talk right Radio. Sound up high and together. Join the panelists next Wednesday, God in the meantime, between time, stay tuned to the hour for our new program on Radio. That is the Pacific God Radio. So, you guys definitely see our company level. In the meantime, between time, peace.
I can cast a spell, secrets you can't tell. Mix a special brew with fire inside of you. Anytime you feel danger or fear, instantly I will appear. Come, I'm very woman, it's all in me. Anything you want done, baby, I'll do it naturally. Anything you want done, baby.